Today you're going to need a yoga blanket or a towel, a strap. You'll need a chair if you have trouble being on your knees. So have a chair accessible, and then just have a couple pillows or blocks for Shavasana. We're going to start on our backs in constructive rest. Knees bent, feet flat. You're welcome to have your arms alongside your body or resting on your body in some way if that feels supportive. Take a few very intentionally deep breaths. Direct your mind to the areas that are making contact with the mat. So what parts of your bodies are touching the mat? Lift the corners of your mouth and welcome yourself to your yoga practice this morning. Welcome. Glad you're here. So beginning, we'll move in and out of bridge pose. Arms are going to start alongside the body. Have the heels directly underneath the knees, or perhaps a little bit further in front of the knees if you have a little bit more confinement in the legs. On an inhale, you're going to lift your hips, so your arms up and then back behind you. On the exhale, lowering the hips, swooping the arms up and down, hips and arms to the mat. Just like that, moving with the breath, inhaling, up, exhaling, down. And for this movement, I'd like you to have your chin towards your chest. So lengthen the back of the neck. That way, as you lift, you get a nice stretch in the back of the neck as well. We want to keep our gaze up whenever we're in bridge for the health of the neck. Keep moving. We'll do that about 2 more times, pressing all 4 corners of the feet into the mat as you lift and lowering with the exhale. Whenever you come to your third bridge, you're going to pause with the hips lifted, arms behind you. Again, chin to chest. We're energetically drawing our thighs towards one another. Feel the strength of the legs, softness in the face. Last breath. And then with the exhale, coming down. Rest for the inhale. And then exhale, drawing right knee into the chest. Just pause here, right knee drawn into the chest. Let the left foot just rest on the mat. Soften your belly and release the weight of your pelvis into the floor. Big breath in. Exhale, extend your left leg long on the mat. Just let it be heavy upon us. Start to point and flex the left foot. I encourage you to go easy if you know that your feet tend to cramp. And then circling the ankle of the left leg, both directions. Big breath in. Exhale, draw left knee into chest, extend right leg long. Releasing the weight of your pelvis into the mat. Pointing now and flexing opposite foot. So right foot, right ankle, getting a little bit of a stretch. And then circles, both directions. Big breath in. Exhale, draw right knee into chest. Rock a little side to side. And then come through center, hand holding each knee. So right hand to right knee, left hand to left knee. Do your best to let your legs just be heavy, kind of dead weight. And then you're going to manipulate the movements of your legs just with your hands. So circling the knees. Watch, don't let those legs help you out. Just the arms and hands are working here. Circles. And then other direction. Nice slow circles. Feel the breath. Okay, and now let's roll to one side and come on up. We're going to be doing a pose, a low lunge on our knees. If weight on your knees doesn't work for you, please have a chair nearby. I'm going to first show the lunge position. So I encourage you to have a yoga blanket or a towel. You'll stand on the towel, hands on hips, lengthen your tail towards the floor. Okay. Those of you who are going to be in a chair, you're going to grab your chair and you're going to sit with only your left butt cheek on the chair, left thigh, and you're going to step opposite leg back, okay? So those of you on your knees, lengthen the tailbone. Everyone's going to draw their abdominal wall in, and then particularly draw your front ribs in as you exhale. Now, those of you on the mat, step your left foot forward. So we're all stretching the front of our right hip. Keep our front abdominal wall drawing back and try to lift your belly, your inner belly up towards your ribs. Those of you who are in the chair, you're just going to lift and lower your right arm with the breath. So imagine I'm in the chair. I'm going to go inhale, inhale, exhale. So that's, I'm lifting and lowering the arm of the leg that's behind me. Those of you who are on the mat, you're going to inhale, open the chest, bending the elbows into a cactus shape, lengthen your tailbone towards the floor. And then exhale, pressing elbows and palms together. Inhaling, opening. Tummy's drawing back and up. Exhaling, pressing. If you are on the mat, kick your back foot into the floor. Stay lifted. Those of you in the chair, make sure both feet are pointing the same direction. So the back knee, your right knee might be bent a little bit or a lot, probably. That's totally fine. We're getting a stretch in the front of that right hip. Now, next time we open up into an inhale, we'll pause here. Those of you in the chair, you're going to pause with your right arm lifted overhead. Big breath in. Slow exhale, stay here. One more breath in. Maybe lifting the corners of the mouth. And exhale, coming out of it. Second side. Okay, those of you in the chair, you're just going to turn opposite direction. Stepping right foot forward. Tummy's in. Chest lifted. Exhale, draw your abdominal wall in, your front ribs in. Inhale, open to cactus if you're on the mat. Exhale, pressing elbows and palms together if you're on the mat. Right? If you're in the chair, you're just lifting and lowering your left arm. The inhale is a broad chest. The exhale is a broad back, so upper back to be more specific, parting the shoulder blades. Kicking that back foot into the floor. The next time you open up, tummy's drawing back and up, chest lifted. We want our throat open and the back of the neck long. 2 breaths here. Relax the face. And then with the exhale, come on out of it. We're all going to meet on the mat, on face down on the mat. So we're going to do a variation of locust pose. I encourage you to have a towel across your mat. This is where your belly's going to go. This is a great way to lengthen the low back as you're still doing some back bends here. Oh, I'm going to move my sound. Please let me know if my sound cuts off here. Okay. Start with the arms alongside the body. Your right cheek will be to the mat. With an inhale, lift your right leg and sweep your left arm out to the left and then forward in front of you. Look at the top of your mat, chin slightly down. With an exhale, turn your head to the right and return all body parts to the floor. Inhale, left leg lifts, right arm sweeps out to the right. Lift your chest off the mat as you swing your right arm forward. Looking at the top of the mat, chin slightly down, back the neck long. Exhale, head turns left. Return to the floor. Just like that, we're going to move with the breath. Inhale, right leg, left arm. Lifted chest, strengthening the back body. Exhale, head turns right. Return to the floor. Left leg, right arm, inhale. Nice and slow. Exhale, turn your head to the left. Return to the floor. And if you find yourself rushing through this, try to go slower. Even if that means you have to go smaller, that's okay. We're building muscle. Inhale, right leg, left arm. Exhale, head turns right. Return to the mat. Keep your belly in. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Broad chest. Chin slightly down. Exhale, head turns left. Let's do that one more time on either side. On your own. Okay, now we're going to just do a full locust. Tummy in, point your tail towards your heels. Inhale, lift, legs, arms. Arms will be alongside your body for this one. We're doing a gentle locust pose. Have your palms facing each other behind you. Once again, chin slightly down to lengthen the back of the neck. I want to get the base of the skull away from the shoulders. Strong tummy in. One more inhale in this position, maybe getting a little higher, nice and easy. And then exhale, land your hands, land your feet. Come up through all fours. Chakravakasana. Inhale, back bend, like cow pose. Exhale, part your shoulder blades. Bring your chest to your thighs, butt to heels, child's pose. When the inhale arrives, come up to all fours. Broaden your chest, back bend. Exhale, move your back of your spine towards the ceiling as you bring the heart to the thighs, butt to heels. Twice more like that on your own time. And then we'll meet in child's pose, pausing there. Breathe into your low back. Straighten your elbows as you walk your hands as far from the knees as possible. Let's let this child's pose help lengthen our spine. You can have the knees together or apart if you like. Breathe deep. Okay, come on up. We're going to come over to our back now. You can remove your blanket. Just put it off to the side. Okay. Draw your knees into your chest. And then bring your hands between your thighs and hold the backs of the knees. Right? So my palms are facing away from each other. I'm going to grab a hold of the back of my knees. I got my hands between my legs here. And then exhale. Pause here as you extend your legs towards the ceiling. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. On an inhale, move your legs away from each other. Gently opening the legs with the use of the hands, if that feels healthy for you today. This is the inhale. So it's a variation of Prasarita Padottanasana. You're familiar with that. And then on the exhale, gently draw the legs back together, but your hands are kind of resisting that. So we're strengthening our inner thighs here. This is the exhale. We're bringing the legs back together. Rest for an inhale. Rest for an exhale. Now, inhale, slowly open the legs. Nice and slow. Totally okay if you're shaking. Thumbs up. And then on the exhale, slowly drawing the legs together, and you're creating a little bit of a wall with your hands, so just adding a little resistance. Get a little shake there. Rest for an inhale. Rest for an exhale. And then we go again. Inhale. Open the legs nice and slow. Feet flexed. And then exhale. Slowly strengthening those adductors. Good. Let's do that one more time after we take a rest. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale. Going at it one more time. Opening. Exhale. Nice and slow. Closing. Lovely. Bend the knees. Feet to the mat. Constructive rest, hands on belly. Big belly breath, big low back breath in. Open your mouth, let it out. Okay, extending your left leg long on the mat. Exhale, draw your right knee into your chest. So we're kind of going to be doing tree pose on our back, coming in and out of tree pose. So bring your right hand to your inner right thigh, and you're going to swing the right leg out to the side towards the floor. Bring your left hand to your left hip to make sure it doesn't pop up. You want to be like, stay down, left hip. And then exhale, bring it to beginning position. So knee is pointing towards the ceiling. Just like that, inhale, swinging the knee out, the leg out. Watch that that left hip doesn't come up. And exhale, bringing it in. Now inhale, open it out to the side, right knee out to the side. And then you're going to extend right leg. So extend your right foot. I hope you can see me. Yeah, you can see me. Okay, extend the right leg. And then bend right knee. Back to that tree pose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. And your leg is probably hovering off the mat, the right one. That's totally fine. Last one, inhale, extend. And pause here. Totally fine if you're shaking. One more breath. And then bend. Drawing right knee into chest, Apanasana, rest. So today is a hips class. If you haven't noticed, I thought we'd do some hip work. Okay, let's do second side. And I'm going to turn around opposite direction so I have some room. Draw left knee into chest. Right leg is long on the mat. Bring your right hand on your right hip. Left hand to inner left thigh. And then swing left leg out to the left into a tree kind of variation pose. Exhale, bring it back through center. Left knee points up. Inhale, left knee swings out. Keep that right hip on the mat. In, exhale, back through center. One more time, inhale, open it. Right hip to the mat, stay here. Exhale. And then inhale, extend left leg. Exhale, bend. And you may need to adjust maybe your left, as you extend your left leg, it needs to come kind of more just a little bit away from the body, closer towards the front of the mat. That's okay. So start where you are. Maybe it comes out to the side, maybe not. Bending and straightening. And then we're going to pause, keeping the left leg extended. Whatever direction is the healthiest for you today, breathe. And then with an exhale, bend the knee, bring it back through center, Apanasana, holding the left knee in, rest. Soft belly breath in. Exhale out through the mouth. And then drawing right knee into the chest as well. So we're going to hug both knees into the chest. Now slide your hands behind your thighs. And I want the hands to come around the outsides of the thighs. So previously we did it in the center. We're on the outsides. And then on an inhale, extend both heels towards the ceiling, toes peel back. Exhale, bending knees, beginning position. Inhale, straightening legs towards the ceiling, any amount. Exhale, bend, right? And I say straighten legs loosely, right? Some of us, maybe you like barely straighten your legs and the knees stay quite bent. That's totally fine. Just inhale, extension, exhale, bend. Let's do that 3 more times on your own. Keep your hips flat on the mat. Okay. Release your feet to the mat. Locate your strap, your yoga belt. You're going to lasso your right foot, extend the right heel towards the ceiling. If your back tends to be kind of tense and tight, why don't you keep your left foot on the mat for a little bit? So take a moment just to relax and release any tension that might have accumulated in the back. And then this next posture we're doing so we can find hopefully a healthy feeling stretch on the outside of the right hip. And you might even find that you'll feel sensation all the way down the outside of the right leg. Okay, it's going to be a twist. So we're going to be stacking our hips. To begin, you'll extend your back leg, your left one. Pass the strap over to your left hand, and you're going to let your right hip lift as you twist your bottom half to the left. I think you can see me. Yeah, okay. My right hip stacked over left, and I'm holding onto the strap. The right arm can be alongside the body, or it can be extended out to the right. But if your chest feels pretty tight, that might feel a little abrupt for the shoulder. So you can always let the right arm alongside the body. You're turning your heart towards the ceiling. Your gaze will either be towards the ceiling, or if you're feeling loose in the neck, you can turn your head to the right. Now I want you to press your bottom leg, your left one, press it down into the mat. And as you exhale, your top hip, that's your right one, reach it away from your face. So what can tend to happen here is that the right hip kind of creeps up towards the face and the spine starts to laterally bend. I want you to keep both sides of the waist long. Breathe deep, breathing into any areas of constriction, of tension. And if it's unbreathable, you know you need to come out of it. Maybe you need to slide a block or a pillow underneath your right foot. Maybe you need to loosen your grip on the rope and let there be more space between the left hand and the foot. Take a slow breath in through your nose and then open the mouth. Easily let it out. Good, and then we're going to bend our right knee and then come on out of it. Draw left knee into the chest. Release your low pelvis into the mat. So if the tailbone feels like it's lifted off the mat, what would it be like if you could press your tailbone into the mat? Soften. And then we'll do the second side. Lassoing the left foot as we extend the left leg to the ceiling. keeping the opposite foot on the mat if you know that you have low back tension. So in any given yoga pose, we have a great opportunity to not only just become non-judgmentally aware of whatever sensations occurring because of the pose, right? So here you're probably feeling some sensation in the back of the leg, but we also get to be mindfully, non-judgmentally aware of other things that are happening in the body, like what's going on in your face or your hands. And if the body's tense in areas that don't need to be tense right now, see if you can breathe some space into those areas, soften, loosen. Okay, preparing for coming into the twist. We're going to extend the bottom leg. If you know you're going to need some pillows or something to catch this foot, please get them arranged now. And then pass the strap to your right hand as the leg comes across the body, left arm alongside the body or maybe out to the left. Press your bottom leg, your right one, into the mat really actively. And as you exhale, extend your left hip away from your face. We want to avoid crunching on the top waist, right? So as that hip comes up close to the face, we move the stretch out of the left hip and more kind of diffuses it. Gazing to the ceiling or maybe turning your head to the left. Breathe easy or adjust your pose so you can breathe easy. Strong bottom leg pressing straight down. Is there anywhere that's working that doesn't need to work? One more breath. With an exhale, bend the top knee, the left one, and come on back through center, hugging both shins into the chest. Release the rope, or the strap rather. And rock a little side to side. Give your low back a massage. Now, I'd like you to continue rocking side to side, or if it feels good for your body, some people really enjoy this, is you rock forwards and backwards. So you'd bring your hands behind your thighs, and then you're massaging your spine from top to bottom. So either way, we're all rocking in some way, giving that spine some love. And then we'll eventually come on up. Come on up to a seat and locate your towel or yoga blanket. You're going to fold it up into a little cushion for yourself to sit on. Or perhaps a big cushion for yourself to sit on. You could also grab some extra pillows too as well. We're going to be stretching our inner groin. And if you are like, I know my groin is tight, or you know your hamstrings are tight, get a pillow too. Give yourself a little extra space. So you'll have a pillow and a blanket, or perhaps just a blanket. Have a seat on it. And you're going to sit, my legs slip when I do this. So just what's helpful for me is if I sit, position yourself as I'm with my mat. Like I have my mat, I'm facing the long edge of my mat, basically. Not a biggie, but if your legs start slipping, go ahead and do that. You're going to extend your left leg and then bring your right foot to the mat so that your right knee is bent. right away you're going to know if you need to lift your hips if you've done this and you're like, whoa. And I'm experiencing a little bit of that, so I'm going to just give myself a little extra. Here we go. Grab another pillow, lift yourself up. Okay, so you can sit up nice and tall, and then that way you can breathe. We're not constricting the chest. So this is actually like half happy baby if you think about it. We do happy baby on our back where we'd grab a hold of our feet, right? So we're using the mat here to do a half happy baby. The left leg is straight, so we can just focus in on one side. And then you're going to walk your hands forward any amount. You're still going to be feeling a stretch in the opposite leg. However, hopefully you're feeling a little bit more of a localized stretch in where right in the groin on the right side. And then from here, let your breath show you where you need to go. So you want this to be breathable. If you stop breathing, you need to come out of it, right? But maybe you want to walk your hands towards the right foot. That feels pleasurable. That feels like a good stretch. Some of you might find walking the hands away from the right foot is good. You move the stretch out into the right side of the waist. So for the next 5 breaths, I'd like you to either explore or come into stillness in some place that feels beneficial to stretching your right groin, your right hamstring. Great opportunity to send the breath down into the belly, down into the pelvis as you inhale. You exhale, letting go, let go of something. Take about 1 more breath here. And then come on up. Second side. Help that left knee bend. Extend the right leg. With an open chest and a very long spine, hinge from your hips towards the center between the legs. This first starts. And then start to explore this side. Maybe walking hands to the left or right. If the mind starts to wander, just bring it to the sensations of the body and the steady rhythm of your breath. Got about 2 to 3 more breaths here. And then inhale, come on up. Help the right knee bend. We've got both knees bent now. Here we are in like a full happy baby variation. And then walk the hands forward. And just like before, feel free to walk them to one side or the other. You might notice once you get here, that one side feels a little bit tighter. So maybe you walk your hands towards that side to deepen the stretch. Other things you could do would be explore maybe the feet. Maybe you want to lift the balls of the feet and the toes off the mat. You really like a more intense stretch. Take 2 more soft belly breaths. And then inhale, come on up. Okay, so come on off of your seats, your pillow, blankets, whatever you're sitting on. You can put them aside for right now. Walk the hands back behind you and walk your feet forward, knees bent, and your feet are about shoulder width distance apart. Lift your chest towards the ceiling as you turn your fingertips away from each other and draw your shoulder blades together behind your heart. Ballooning your heart towards the ceiling. Keep your chin slightly towards the throat, but look up. One more breath in. And then exhale, neutral spine, looking forward. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. And as you do this, one hip will come off the mat, then the other. Now, next time knees go right, we're going to come on up. You're going to come either into stag pose. That would be where, now if your left knee is hurting right now, kick it out. Just kick it out right now, and I'll address that in a moment. If you can, draw your left heel as close to your butt as you can. So here I am. I'm tucking my foot. Now, if your ankle or knee doesn't do that, no problem. Again, you are just kicking it out, okay? So I will do the stag pose variation. Lift your heart away from your navel and quarter turn to the right of your chest. Your chest turns quarter to the right so that your heart is in line with your right knee. And then I would like you to walk your hands forward until you feel a stretch in the outer right hip. Okay, so you could do that with the left leg straight as well, no problem. And then you might walk your hands a little to the right, might walk them a little to the left. Here we're exploring how can we best stretch that right hip. Reaching our navel towards the right knee. Take a slow breath in through the nose. Softly let it out through the mouth. And with an inhale, come on back up. Back to the position we came from, both knees bent, feet as wide as shoulders, windshield wiper. And after you've done that a few times, second side. Knees go left. Either kick that right leg out or stag pose, drawing the heel towards the butt. And what's important is the right knee joint is completely closed, so we're not twisting it. If you think you're twisting it, please just kick the leg out. And then as you're ready, quarter turn heart to the left and walk forward. Breathing into the outer left hip. And this is, of course, just a starting place. Depending on what's going on in your body, you might need to move the hands to the right or left, maybe lower right shoulder, lift left shoulder, make it breathable, make it blissful. Take about 1 or 2 more breaths here. Belly button reaching towards the left knee. With an inhale, you come back up. And then this time, kick both your legs out in front of you together. Turn your fingertips away from each other. Once again, draw shoulder blades together behind you. Lift your heart, chin slightly towards throat as you get your heart buoyant towards the ceiling. Breathe into that space. Ardha Matsyendrasana. We're going to take the right knee, bend it. Right foot can be on the inside or the outside or the inside of your opposite leg, your choice. Hug the shin and get as tall as you can. So we want to avoid rounding the back as we come into the twist. Broad chest. Keep all this broad chestness. And if you can't keep your chest broad here, you probably need to walk the foot forward, that right foot forward. Maybe the foot is somewhere between the knee and the ankle, no problem. And then heart turns right. Bring your hand, but right hand behind you. Hug left knee, lifted heart, looking over right shoulder or that direction. Your straightened leg, the left foot is flexed. Lift, lift, lift. Big breath in. Easy breath out. And then keep the twist, just look over left shoulder. Getting a little bit of a stretch in the neck. And if you're rounded in the upper back, the stretch will not be as strong. So keep the shoulder blades back, the shoulders back rather, excuse me. And then untwist. Janu Shirshasana, right knee falls open. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, fold over, straightened leg. That's your left one. See if you can reach your navel a little bit more towards that left knee. Second side, inhale, come on up. Extend right leg, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Left foot either inside or outside of the straightened leg. First, get tall. Adjust your body until your spine can be tall. With a broad chest, turn your heart to the left, looking towards the left. Lifted chest, lift, lift, lift. Allowing the right shoulder to come away from the ear as you strongly hug the knee. Soft brow. Keep the twist, just turn your head to look at right foot. Broad chest. Tall spine. One more breath like this. And then untwist, Janu Shirshasana. Left knee falls open. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold over straightened leg. Extending our belly button towards the right knee. Two more breaths. And then come on up with an inhale. Okay, last pose. Let's do just cobbler seated. Really quick, soles of the feet together. Get nice and tall and grab a hold of your legs somewhere so that you can lean away from the feet and get a nice stretch, like a fascial stretch in your arms. Lean your chest, lean your head away. Nice stretch. Maybe even turn your head to the left to get the stretch of the neck. Turning the head to the right, get a stretch in the neck. And then back through center. So we're going to take Shavasana next. You're welcome. I haven't done this in previous classes, but you're of course always welcome. If you prefer to sit in meditation instead of take a Shavasana, you're welcome to do that. But if you like to lay down, now's a good time to lay down. So arranging yourself so you can most easily let go and rest if you choose to take Shavasana. And if you have a tight low back, sliding pillows or blocks underneath your knees is a nice thing to do. If you're coming to the floor, flatten your shoulder blades on the mat, drawing the scapula together and down the back, the shoulder blades together and down the back. Neck is nice and long, and then just move your head a little side to side. Just ensure that you're releasing any tension in the neck and face. Backs of the hands spill off the mat and rest on the floor. And then we'll all take a nice slow exhale. Every last bit of breath out. When it's time to inhale, nice and steady, bring it in. And fill your lungs to their max capacity. Just stuff as much breath as you can. Upper lungs, lower lungs, every last bit, and then hold the breath for the count of 3. Whenever you're ready, open the mouth and let it out nice and slow. Shavasana. Surrender to the floor. Surrendering yourself to the floor. Feel your breath. Let go. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggling your fingers and toes. And then take a nice big inhale and stretch your body. Big morning stretch. And as you exhale, gather your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug of gratitude. Thank yourself for, for this kindness you've offered your body today, your mind. And then gently roll to one side, using your arms to help yourself to a comfortable seat. And bringing your palms together in front of your heart. So steep your mind in any sense of relaxation, spaciousness, or peace that you might be experiencing in right now. So really allow yourself to take in this stillness. And I encourage you to let this be a resource for yourself throughout the day. If you feel like later on today you feel stressed out or um, angry, and you want to allow yourself to come back to this place, remember this felt senseness that you have right now. Draw from it. And then we'll dedicate our practice to someone special. So visualize someone special in your life, see their face, and we'll send out peace and relaxation to them with an exhale. Big breath in, send it out. And see them relaxed, resourced, peaceful. Thank you so much, everyone, for your practice. Namaste.